So, to begin this process, we first must prepare a sample of cells. First, we take the flask of cells we are wanting to count and mix them repeatedly to get an even distribution of cells. Before doing this, the shells should already have been removed from the surface of the flask and now should be freely suspended in the media. After you have pipetted the cells up and down in the media, you may take some cells for your sample. In order to do this, you're going to dilute your cells with Trifon blue or some type of dyeing agent. When the dead cells are treated with Trifon blue, they will dye blue within the cell so that you can see it through the microscope. This will help you to only count alive cells and not the dead cells. You will dilute the cells according to concentration of the cells in solution. If you know that you have many cells, then you will want to dilute your cell sample with more Trifon blue. Vice versa, if you have less cells, you will not want to dilute your cells as much. For this sample, I'm going to be doing a 1:4 dilution, meaning I'll be pipetting 10 microliters of cells into an Effendorf tube and adding 40 microliters of Trifon blue to the cells, giving me a dilution factor of 5. After combining the cells and the Trifon blue, we now want to pipette the solution up and down so that it's evenly mixed. Now we have prepared our sample to be used in the Hemocytometer. Now to begin counting the cells, we first need to sterilize the microscope slip with ethanol to eradicate any bacteria or other cells that might still be on the cover slip. Then I'm going to place the microscope cover slip on top of the hemocytometer. I'm going to fill one side of the hemocytometer with 10 microliters of the diluted cells. Then place your hemocytometer underneath a microscope and set your lens to the 10x objective. When you look into your microscope, you will see 4 gridded squares where you'll be counting the cells. Use your microscope to focus on the grid lines of the hemocytometer. When you are looking at the cells, you're going to see 2 things: cells that are translucent or clear, and cells that have blue within them. You're going to count only the cells that are clear because Trifon blue stains the blue cells that are dead. You will want to use a counting device that counts the cells because you might lose track if you just do it in your head. I usually start on the top left square of the grid and then make my way around in a clockwise direction. Now after counting each square, you'll begin to calculate how many cells you have. Now to determine the cell count, you'll want to add up the count of cells in each square and divide that number by 4. Then multiply that number by the dilution factor, which in this case is 5. Then multiply that number by the volume factor, which is 10 to the 4th or 10,000. The volume factor is the reciprocal of the volume of the space between the cover slip and the one of the squares on the grid. After doing all the calculations, you will now want to get the number of cells per ml from your flask or your conical tube. And that is how you can use a hemocytometer to determine how many cells you have in solution. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos from our lab, please subscribe to our channel Larkin Lab to get more helpful videos. Thank you!